Hey, what's up YouTube fam? This is Arashi. It's nice to meet you, and this is part 4 of the 1D&D expert class playtest material, and we're going to be going through the feats in this video, so let's strap on in and let's dive into these feats and see what's going on. So what we're looking at right now is each feat has a level that is associated with it. That's goes into fourth, I'm assuming 4th, 8th, 12th, 16th, 19th. I think those are the feats. The feat levels for 90% of the classes in 5th edition D&D and possibly this edition. I think Rogue has the most, but who knows? I'm not gonna go back and look like I did the last one. So, and then there's also prerequisites, and if the spell is, or if the feat is repeatable. There's options to get more epic feats or boons, I suppose. That's rules for doing that. So our first and most iconic one that probably everybody's going to be messing with is the ability score improvement feat. It is repeatable. It is a 4th level feat. It has no prerequisite, and basically you could choose one ability score to increase by 2 or 2 and increase them by 1, or 2 ability scores and increase them by 1, and you can't go above 20. Actor, you have to have at least a 13 in charisma. It's not repeatable. The abilities, it increases your ability score for charisma by 1 to a max of 20. You can impersonate somebody. So you can disguise yourself. You have advantage on charisma performance checks to pass yourself off as that person. And you can also mimic somebody's speech or sound. Oh wait, okay, so you can mimic a sound or somebody's speech, so you kind of do some kinku mimicry going on. You have to make a charisma performance check to pass it off for 1 hour. That could get really boring really quickly, or not boring, very repetitive very quickly. Athlete, you have to have the strength, dexterity, or constitution of 13. It's not repeatable. You can increase the previously mentioned ability scores by 1. You gain a climb speed equal to your speed. You can use 5 feet of movement to get up from prone, which, if you're the uninitiated, getting up from prone normally takes half your movement. So if you have a speed of 30, you would spend 15 feet in order to get up from being knocked down. I'm gonna refrain from making the pun. So with this feat, you can just simply use 5 feet and have 25 more feet of movement to do what you will. Jumping, you have advantage on any ability check you make for the jump action. So in the previous video, which is the rogue video that we did, we discovered that there is a jump action, and I was making the correlation that Maybe one D&D is also be influencing Baldur's Gate or vice versa. So this is really cool. The next feat is Charger. You have to be proficient in any martial weapon. It is not repeatable. Your strength or dexterity increases by 1. And you can take when you take the dash action, your speed increases by 10. You gain a charge attack. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before hitting with an attack roll as a part of your attack action on your turn, choose one of the following effects. That's wow. Gain a 1d8 bonus to the attack's damage roll, or push the target up to 10 feet, provided that the target you want to push is no more than one size category larger than you. You can use this benefit only once on each of your turns. Lame, but whatever. Crossbow expert coming back at you. You have to have proficiency in any martial weapon. Your dexterity increases by 1. You ignore the loading property, which is good for any crossbows. Interesting. I like that. Firing in melee, which means you take no disadvantage on your attack rolls if you are within 5 feet of an enemy. Which I believe, the proper term would be called threatened. And threatened is if you are within 5 feet of a target, you have disadvantage on your attack using a ranged weapon. That's a normal thing that is in the 2014. Some people don't know it, some people do. I'm just saying that, hey, it's a thing. Dual wielding. When you make an extra attack of the light weapon. What? Okay. When you make an extra attack of the light weapon property, you can add an ability modifier to the damage of the second attack if that attack is a crossbow and has the light property. Okay, so I'm assuming this is saying dagger in one hand, hand crossbow in the other. Maybe. I'm not really sure. Defensive Duelist. Okay, this was a really good ability in normal, like 5th edition. So let's see what happens here. Prerequisite, dexterity of 13. Your dexterity increases by 1. If you are holding a finesse weapon and another creature hits you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction to add your proficiency bonus to your armor class for that attack, potentially causing the hit to miss. So this is basically the same. The only difference is that it has a ability score increase with it. So that's cool. Moving on. Dual wielder. Proficiency in a martial weapon. Your strength or dexterity increases by 1. When you are holding a weapon with the light property in one hand, you can treat a non-light weapon in the other hand as if it had the light property. Okay. Provided that the weapon lacks the two-handed property. I would probably say if it lacks the heavy property, because normally the heavy property usually always comes with the two-handed property. But I get what they're saying, or I get what they're trying to do. Quick draw. You can draw and stow 2 weapons that lack the 2-handed property when you would normally be able to draw and stow only 1. This is whatever. I normally don't care about that in my games. I'm curious to see if they actually, like, you know, mess with the dual wielder feat just in general. Just because 2 weapon biting is kind of dumb in 5th edition. So I hope they mess with it some more. Durable. You must have a prerequisite of 13 constitution. Your constitution increases by 1. You have advantage on death saving throws. That's awesome. As a bonus action, you can expend 1 of your hit die, roll that die, and regain a number of hit points equal to the roll. I feel like this is slightly better. I like that. I like that it gives you a feature that actually allows you to continuously use your hit dice to regain hit points. That kind of makes up for the fact that you would be rolling a minimum of double your constitution score whenever you rolled a hit die to regain hit points. So if you were a barbarian, you couldn't, and you had durable, you couldn't roll lower than a 10 on any and all of your hit dice if you had a 5 constitution. But that being said, that's awesome. This is a good compromise with you actually being able to use your hit dice on demand to regain hit points. So there's probably going to be a lot of barbarians with this feature when it comes out, or even or monks even. Wow, my brain. Actually, I could see a lot of DMs just having speedy recovery, just a feature in their campaigns, just in case, like, they don't, like, they're the healers, that they don't have that many healers or none. So this would be a good one. If the DM's generous, they would probably just give the durable feat to all of their players if they don't have a healer. Let's be honest. Elemental Adept, 4th level feature. Prerequisite. Spellcasting and pack magic feature. Okay. So pack magic is definitely going to be coming back. It would be a definite boon if the warlock gained a number of spell slots equal to their proficiency bonus. But I'm curious to see how they would do that, since they don't seem to be giving out a lot of features. Well, no, there's a lot of class features that are restoring on a short rest, so I think that's fine. It's just racial traits aren't coming back on a recharge of a short recharge. So there's that. That's whatever. Repeatable, yes, but you must choose a different damage type each time for energy mastery. Energy mastery? Okay. So its ability score increase is intelligence, wisdom, and charisma. Those are for them nice spellcasters. And okay. Choose one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder. Spells you cast ignore resistance to the damage chosen. That's normal. Additionally, you gain, in addition, when you roll damage for a spell that you cast that deals damage of that type, just re-roll. Just give it a re-roll, dude. Treat any ones on the damage die as 2s. Just give them a number of dice that they can re-roll equal to their proficiency bonus. Like, Jesus, guys. Like, the elemental, the ignoring of resistance is great. This sucks. Yeah, you're doubling the damage of a 1 that you roll. Just let them re-roll it, guys. Just let them re-roll it. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so now we're getting into epic boons, which are the 20th level feats. So, epic boon of combat paralysis. Prerequisite: the expert or warrior group. When you miss with a melee attack, you can hit instead. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you roll initiative. I like that. That's actually really cool. Boon of dimensional travel. The expert or prerequisite expert or mage group. Repeatable no. You can cast Misty Step. Cast the Misty Step spell without expending a spell slot. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you roll initiative or finish a short or long rest. Sure. I guess. What? I didn't think I would have an issue. So why is this written here like that, but not written in the same way up here with it? I mean, I suppose you would only be using this feature if you were in initiative. So I guess that works. And you could totally use Misty Step whenever. I'm not a fan of the limited use. If you were a class that didn't normally have Misty Step, I would say that you also learn it, and if you have spell slots, you can expend them to cast Misty Step. I haven't taken a good look at the spell list to see who or who and what gets what, so I could just be over assessing. Sorry, I'm yawning. It's been a long day. Yeah, I'm not gonna get hung up on it. Boon of energy resistance. You gain resistance to one of the following damage types: acid, cold, fire, lightning, necrotic, poison, psychic, radiant, or thunder. Yeah, that's all of them. When you finish a short or long rest, you can meditate to change that damage type of your choice. Sure. I don't generally like that, but it's for customization choices, I suppose. I would stick with one, but that's just me. Epic Boon of Fortitude. Your hit point maximum increases by 40. In addition, whenever you regain hit points, you regain additional hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. And you can regain these additional hit points no more than once per round. Okay. So if a healer, if a cleric or whatever, or cleric or bard, they hit you with a healing word or healing cure wounds or something, you can buff their healing by just having this feat as well. So that's cool. Epic Boon of Irresistible Offense. The damage you deal always ignores resistance. Oh, for the expert in warrior groups. Okay. I'm like, that would be pointless for that. Okay. Oh, and I see why they did this too. So if you multi-class, you wouldn't actually get an epic boon, right? Because if you multi-class, you would never reach level 20 in a class, so you would lose out on getting a free epic boon. So they made it so that when you hit checkpoints, reach certain level checkpoints or whatever, you would still get one. So that's cool. It's for those games that are above those massive level 20 quests that we'll surely get. Epic Boon of Luck. Immediately after you roll a d20 for a d20 test. So lame. I hate it. You can roll 1d10 and add the number rolled. Well, why? For the expert group? I don't know why you would want that. I mean, chances are if you're doing a D20, like if you're doing an ability check. Oh wait, it's a D20 test, so that's all of them: attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws. Okay. Okay, I could see why they would want it. Jeez, I hate some of this. It's not really luck though. It's like Epic Boon of Precision. Epic Boon of the Night Spirit, the expert in the mage groups. While in dim light or darkness, you can become invisible as an action. You remain invisible until immediately after you take an action or a reaction. Okay. Huh. Is this what's going to happen with invisibility? If you use an action or a reaction. So that means if I'm taking this as what the invisibility spell is going to be, like there's no longer going to be any like cheese mechanics of like throwing objects or something. Which would be a use object device. or use an object action, which wouldn't break the invisibility, but this will. I think this would also bypass like the cunning action features from the rogue are still actions, but you can use them as bonus actions. So it's definitely going to be a debuff for the invisibility spell or any other invisibility feature if they all work the same way. Epic boon of Paralysis. Aim. If you make a ranged attack against a target in range and miss, you can cause it to hit instead. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you roll initiative. Okay, for level 20 features, I'm going to say something probably ridiculous. I think these should scale with your proficiency bonus, and you can recharge them on a long rest. That's just me. Fight it in the comment section. Feed the algorithm if you agree or not. Epic boon of recovery. You can use a bonus action to regain a number of hit points equal to half your hit point maximum. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. In addition, you succeed on every death saving throw that isn't a 1. Sure. Epic boon of skill proficiency. None. No prerequisite. And you gain proficiency in all skills. Are you kidding me? Epic boon of speed. Your speed increases by 30 feet. This is available to the expert. This is nuts. Like, I'm going back to this for a second. This is nuts. This isn't even a prerequisite for the experts. This is just anybody can get it. That's insane. Okay, back to this. So, expert in warrior group. So that means the bard, the rogue, the ranger, the barbarian, the fighter, and the monk can increase their speed by 30. Very impressive. Epic boon of undetectability. You can't be seen or heard by any means, magical or non-magical, while you are hidden. Was that not a ranger feature in the 2014? You can't, or maybe I'm thinking of something else. Maybe it's like you can't leave a trace while traveling if you only if you want to, or something like that. I don't remember. I'm sure somebody in the comment section might actually know what it is. Epic boon of the unfeathered. Expert in warrior group. As a bonus action, you can take the disengage action, which also ends the grappled and restrained condition on you. Okay, that's great. Wait, what? Oh, they have features in here too. They have a fighting style in here. Okay. Okay, archery, +1/+2 range attack rolls. Defense, gain while wearing armor, you gain a +1 armor bonus. Dueling. plus 2 damage rolls if you're not dual wielding weapons. Great weapon. Some of these they need to really revamp. Some of these need to get revamped, like seriously. Grappler. So we're back to the regular feats, I guess. Grappler. Increase your strength or dexterity by 1. You have advantage on attack rolls against a creature grappled by you. You aren't slowed when you move a creature grappled by you, provided they are your size or smaller. And punch and grab. Whenever you make an unarmed strike as a part of the attack action, you can deal damage to the target and also grapple it. You can use this benefit only once per turn. That's not bad. I like that. Great Weapon Master. Increase your strength by 1 immediately after you score a critical hit with a melee weapon, or reduce a creature. Wow. Okay. Or reduce a creature to 0 hit points. You can make 1 attack with the same weapon as a bonus action. Really? When you hit a creature with a heavy weapon as a part of the attack action on your turn, you can cause the weapon to deal extra damage. The extra damage equals your proficiency bonus, and you can deal it only once per turn. So they're taking out the -5 to attack and +10 to damage. I'm okay with those features being out of the feat, so long as it's a feature that everybody has access to. I am perfectly okay if that is the case. If that is a feature that everybody can just do and they don't need a feat to do it, I am okay with losing it in the form of a feat. I will just say that. Come fight me in the comment section. I dare you. Heavily armored. You gain heavy armor training. You also, your strength or constitution can increase by 1. You must have medium armor training. Heavy armor master. We're gonna see what this happens. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Prerequisite, heavy armor training. When you use your heavy armor to deflect attacks, granting you the following bonus. That's worded fucking weird. Oh, sorry. Pardon my French. Increase your constitution or strength by 1. Damage reduction. When you're hit by an attack while wearing heavy armor, any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage dealt to you by that attack is reduced by an amount equal to your proficiency bonus. I made that a homebrew in one of my games, and it was pretty cool. Inspiring leader. Wisdom or prerequisite. Wisdom or charisma must be 13. Your wisdom or charisma increases by 1. Encouraging performance. At the end of a short or long rest, you can give an inspiring performance, a speech, a song, or a dance. When you do so, choose up to 6 friendly creatures, which can include yourself, within 30 feet of you who witness the performance. The chosen creatures each gain temporary hit points equal to 2d4 plus your proficiency bonus. This is severely nerfed from the original one. The inspiring leader feat originally was you could do it whenever, And people gained temporary hit points equal to your level plus your proficiency bonus. So the most you can get in this version, if you were level 20, it would be 14 temporary hit points. Lame. You went from being able to do it whenever to it must now be at the end of a short or long rest. So if which takes a lot of the versatility out of the feat. This is going to get a lot of hate. I know it will. Because if a spellcaster has to sit down and do rituals, that is something that a fighter character can do, is just say, I do a speech. I rile everybody up. So while they're identifying or casting to detect magic, you're giving everybody temporary hit points. And it would be good. And now it's kind of subpar. The lowest it could be when you get it at 4th level is 10. Which, yeah, whatever. That's gonna get nerfed, I'm sure. Let's see. Keen Mind. You must have a intelligence of 13. Your intelligence increases by 1. Lore knowledge. Probably could have chosen a better name for that. Like, why not historian? You're gonna give it a neat little title. Choose one of the following skills: Arcana, History, Investigation, Nature, or Religion. If you lack proficiency in the chosen skill, you gain it, and if you have proficiency, you have expertise. That's cool. I haven't seen a lot of that ever happen. Quick study. You can take the study action as a bonus action? Okay. Is the study action like an investigation check? Interesting. Lightly armored. No prerequisite. If you take it, you gain weapon training and light armor, medium armor, and shields. Oh, and it's a first level feat. So I guess a lot of people must have really complained about not being able to have armor proficiencies. So they put it in. So sick. I like that already. So now we can have mages with armor. I love it. I love it. It's awesome. Mage Slayer, proficiency with any martial weapon. You have practice techniques useful in battling magic users, gaining the following benefits. Increase your strength or dex by 1. Concentration Breaker. When you deal damage to a creature that is concentrating, it has disadvantage on the saving throw to maintain concentration on the spell. That's, I think, standard. Guarded Mind. If you fail an intelligence, a wisdom, or a charisma saving throw, you can choose to succeed instead. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest. That is good. I like that. That actually makes that feature useful. That makes that feat really good. Let's see here. Medium Armor Master. whatever. Your strength and dex increases by 1. While wearing medium armor, you can add 3 rather than 2 to your armor class if your proficiency bonus is 16 or higher. Mounted combatant, proficient in any martial weapon, ability score increase, dexterity, strength, or wisdom increase by, increase your strength, dexterity, or wisdom score by 1 to a max of 20. You have advantage on wisdom checks. Jesus. Wisdom animal handling checks made to maintain or train horses or other beasts employed as mounts. Mounted strikes. When mounted, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that is within 5 feet of your mount and at least one size category smaller than it. Leap strike. If your mount is subject to leap aside, my bad. What in the world did I say? If your mount is subject to an effect that allows it to make a dexterity saving throw and take only half damage, it instead take no damage if it succeeds on the saving throw, and only half if it fails. For your mount to gain this benefit, you must be riding it, and neither of you can be unconscious. Veer. While mounted, you can use your reaction to force an attack that hits your mount to hit you instead. Okay. Observant. Your intelligence or wisdom must be 13. Your intelligence or wisdom increases by 1. Keen observer. Choose one of the following skills: insight, investigation, or perception. If you lack proficiency in those in the chosen skill, you gain it, and if you have it, you gain proficiency or you gain expertise. And you can take the search action as a bonus action. So it's just seeing a lot of normal feats from the first player's handbook, but revamped a little bit. Polearm Master, proficiency in any martial weapon. Your strength increases by 1. Immediately after you take the attack action and attack with a weapon that has the heavy and reach properties. Does it have to be both, or can it be one or the other? It's probably both. I'm just being fickle. You can use your bonus action to make a melee attack with the opposite end of the weapon. The weapon's damage die for this attack is a D4, and it deals bludgeoning damage. So you don't even get to add anything to it? Interesting. Reactive Strike. While you are holding a weapon that has the heavy and reach properties, you can use your reaction to make one melee attack against a creature that enters the reach you have with that weapon. Resilient. Choose one ability score and gain proficiency in its saving throw. It is repeatable. Ritual Caster. I'm just trying to get through these as fast. There's so many. It looks like I have a couple more pages. Okay, Ritual Caster. You must have. That's actually really versatile right there. Prerequisites. Your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma must be 13. Your intelligence, wisdom, or charisma increases by 1. Ritual spells. Choose 2 spells that have the ritual tag from the arcane, divine, or primal spell list. You always have those prepared. You can cast them with any spell slots you have. So basically you're just adding them to your spell list, which is interesting. So they actually gave you a spell book in the original one. So these are just added to your spell list in general. So cool. The spellcasting ability is the ability that you increased with the feat. With this benefit, you can cast a ritual spell that you have prepared using its original casting time rather than its extended casting time. Doing so doesn't require a spell slot. Once you use this spell, you can't once you've cast the spell in this way, you can't use the benefit again until you finish a long rest. More uses. That's all I'm gonna say. I want more uses out of it. Sentinel, in proficiency in any martial weapon. Your strength or dexterity increases by 1. Immediately after a creature within 5 feet of you takes the disengage action or hits a target other than you with an attack, you can make an opportunity attack against that creature. So that's interesting now. Because how sneak attack is worded, I believe you can only get sneak attack on your turn now. Once on each of your turns, when you take the attack action, an opportunity attack is not your turn and it is not your action. So they've nerfed rogues in that way. The last feature of Sentinel, when you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, the creature's speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn. Sharpshooter. Proficiency in any martial weapon. Dexterity increases by 1. The range attacks with weapons ignore half 3/4 cover. That's normal. Being within 5 feet of an enemy doesn't impose a disadvantage on attack rolls. That's new and I like it. That's actually super cool. And long shot, attacking at long range doesn't impose disadvantage on any attack rolls made with the weapon. So yeah, so sharpshooter kind of got buffed, but at the same time it got nerfed because it took away the -5 for -5 attack for +5, -5 attack for +10 damage. So I'm thinking they're gonna add it. Just add it as a generic feature, which I'm super down for. Shieldmaster, your strength increases by 1. You can perform a shield bash if the creature within 5 feet of, if you hit a creature. Wait, I'm assuming words that are that aren't there. If you attack a creature within 5 feet of you as a part of the attack action and hit with a melee weapon, you can immediately bash the target with your shield if it's equipped, forcing the target to make a strength saving throw against a DC of... Oh, that's right, because they changed mechanics. They changed mechanics. The shove and the grapple checks are totally different now. Okay, so the saving throw would be 8 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus. On a failed check, you can knock the target prone or push them away by 5 feet. And you can only use it once per turn. Sorry, once on each of your turns. So you can't even use it as a reaction. If you are subject to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to only take half damage, you can use your reaction to... Why does it have to use a reaction? Is mounted it gives it to the mountain combatant feat, and it isn't even a reaction. Why is this one the only one that has to expend a reaction? That's actually super lame. So you can expend a reaction to take no damage on a success. And wielding a shield, interposing your shield between yourself and the source of the effect. You don't need a reaction for that. Sorry. That would be my change. I want my players to be strong. I'm sorry. Stalker. You have blind sight out to 10 feet. Oh, sorry. There's other things. Stalker. Dexterity of 13. Increase your dexterity by 1. You have blind sight out to 10 feet. Exploiting the distraction of battle. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks you make as a part of the hide action during combat. That's cool. If you make an attack roll while hidden and the attack misses, making the attack roll doesn't end your hidden condition. So I like that. I like that they added a hidden. Wait, what? Speedster? You must have a 4th level feat. You must have a dexterity or constitution of 13. What's going on? Oh, it's mobile. Never mind. Freaking got me all... It's just a mobile feat. I got excited for no reason. Increase your dexterity or constitution score by 1. Your speed increases by 10 while not wearing heavy armor. And dash over difficult terrain is the feature's name. Might as well just call it mobile. Whenever you take the dash action on your turn, difficult terrain doesn't count. Or doesn't cost extra movement for the rest of that turn. Spell Sniper! Spellcasting and pack magic is the prerequisite. Increase your spellcasting ability scores by 1. Bypass cover. Your attacks roll or your attack rolls for spells ignore half and 3/4 cover. Casting in melee. Being within 5 feet doesn't impose a disadvantage on your attack rolls. And when you cast a spell that has a range of at least 10 feet that requires you to make an attack roll, you can increase the spell's range by 60. Why? It's normally Spell Sniper in 5th edition was just double. And that was easier math. But whatever. Oh, it's 60 feet. It's 120. Oh, it's 150. Oh, yes, it's 300. Yeah, whatever. Warcaster. Let's see what's changed in this one. Prerequisite: spellcasting or pack magic feature. Ability score increases. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma increase by 1. Concentration. You have advantage on concentration checks that you make to maintain your concentration. So that got buffed, I think. So because I feel like that was I feel like that was only something that the advantage only triggered if you took damage when you maintain concentration. But now it's just straight advantage on concentration. I could be wrong, but I'm already, this has become a long segment. Reactive spells. When a creature provokes an opportunity attack from you by moving out of your reach, you can use your reaction to cast a spell at the creature rather than making an opportunity attack. The spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only 1 creature. Okay, so that's still the same. Somatic components. You can perform the somatic components of spells even when you have weapons or a shield in one or both hands. And weapon training. So basically, increase your strength or your dexterity by 1 and you gain a martial weapon proficiency. I think the original version of that was you gained just 4 weapon proficiencies of your choice. I feel like this is a huge nerf for that feature. Regardless, that feat is lame anyway, but hey, there's a lot of good here, and there's some stinkers, but there's a lot of good here. I think they're making some good decisions, and I think that is where I end part 4 of this endeavor. We'll see what the next one's going to be next time. So Arashi out. See you guys later. Oh, there we go.